This is good character design. This is also good character design. And I would say the same thing about all of these characters. Character design is everywhere in media.
Wow, what a fucking great statement that is, Jake!
From something as simple and as iconic as Mickey Mouse, who has graced the eyes of many around the globe, and as of 2024 is now public domain, so go crazy with them. And now we're at the point where a bunch of people are complaining that the main character of Stellar Blade is too hot, and that's an unrealistic expectation for women. God, I thought we were done with this shit back in like 2014. The same thing for masculine characters. There are people that will complain up and down about whether a character is too attractive or if they follow the gender norms. And the entire time, I think to myself, why do we shy away from this expression? Why do we shy away from creating characters that express high masculinity or femininity? These are not bad things. These words are not negative. And they can be expressed in positive ways. We have seen them expressed in positive ways through so many different characters. And it will only get better when we embrace the beauty in this expression. Because I don't know about you, but I love seeing different types of characters that express the many different qualities and diversity, whether it's through body type or personality. And I think we should embrace that so we can get more of it. It can be a way of empowerment and inspiration that gives us hope and allows us to see ourselves in the character. Or it can be seen as a goal to strive for. Even if the body and proportions are unrealistic, that doesn't mean it's something to push for. Take a character like Doom Guy. This guy is the manliest man to ever man. He's ripped, he's angry, and he's got sweet ass armor. He's also angry. And he kills the hell out of demons on a daily basis, and everyone loves him for that reason. Players look at Doom Guy as an icon for all of those reasons, and it's because the designers embrace his masculinity. But they are also able to give him a character trait of being the caring owner of a small little rabbit, and because of the comedy of having this big muscle-bound dude with a cute little rabbit, it's silly. And it works so well here because of the contrast. And that's also why the memes about Doom Guy and Isabel were so funny. Well, that and the game coming out on the same day. But it's that mix of having a big masculine dude with a soft and tender side. To bring up another character, Guts. My boy starts out as an absolute asshole. He is rude to people, violent beyond belief, and overall just not a great guy to be around. But after reading Golden Age, we know why. The events of the eclipse change him, and it causes him to exude a high level of toxic masculinity. And this has a negative effect on him and the people in his life. But as we continue on this journey with him, he becomes a great man and keeps on going forward despite the terrible shit that has happened to him. To swap to a female character for a second, let's look at Bayonetta. This woman walks like she's on a catwalk 24/7, shops for expensive clothes, and is the max level of femininity in every sense of the word. She is gorgeous. And she also happens to fight monsters with little effort while she's soaring through the air, and shoots them with guns that are attached to her feet. And she is such an icon because once again, the designers embrace her femininity. They don't shy away from the traditions or stereotypes of what the female population enjoy doing. They lean into it and create a character that is empowered from it. Chun-Li is another great example. She's not just one of the most iconic Street Fighter characters, but one of the most iconic fighting game characters of all time. Capcom showed that you can be beautiful and kick ass. These are characters that embrace the traditions of gender norms, and they have become icons because of it. It should be okay to make male characters that are strong and masculine. It should be okay to make female characters that are pretty and feminine. These are not bad things. It shouldn't be treated as such. These traits should be used to show the creativity of the designers and continue to make varied characters that embrace the traditions of gender norms. But just because I say that doesn't mean I don't think you can have characters that embrace both masculine and feminine tropes. Over the years, we have gotten many characters of both male and female that contain both, and it has made them stand out even more because of it. Just take a look at Leon from Resident Evil. Compared to Chris, He's got way more of a pretty boy look to him, especially with the hair. But despite of that, he still looks like a badass and is buff as hell, especially in the RE4 remake. This has made him look appealing to both genders. Girls want him, and guys want to be with him too, let's be real. But there shouldn't be any shame in having characters like this. Leon is one of the more subtle characters, so let's look at one that's more openly flamboyant. Take Yusuke in Persona 5. Once again, he's got that pretty boy hair, he's more thin compared to other male characters, and his outfits are more feminine. And people love him. He's one of the funniest characters in the entire game.
What are you doing with those lobsters? While you were busy with your interrogation, I found these beautiful specimens on sale, and so I decided to spend the last of my money on them.
Players were able to generate a love for this character by seeing how they evolved through the story, and the traits that they inherit blossomed into what they love about them. It makes them stand out, showcasing their characters in unique ways. And this has worked for female characters as well, like Vi in Arcane. This girl embraces the buff, bad bitch, butch lesbian to a T. She's built, she's feisty as fuck, she's rocking an undercut, which I'll admit has gotten a little overused, but she's the one of 3 characters that gets a pass. She ain't afraid to make the first move, and she also throws hands and kicks ass. And you don't see the same shit you see for other female characters like Rei, where they claimed how she's too powerful, or a Mary Sue, or complaints about how the show was of woke propaganda because it stars 2 girls that are very heavily alluded on being gay. It was celebrated because she was one of the many interesting and engrossing characters that sold the audience to the show and paved the way for more of these types of characters to be shown and accepted in media. And that's a good thing! Arcane shows us characters that fit the mold of male and female characters that embrace more masculine and feminine energy, and that's a good thing. It should be seen as a good thing. I want more characters like these. We should embrace masculinity and femininity regardless of the sex of the character. Because then we get more interesting and unique characters in our media. And I just don't understand how there are some times where we are celebrating it and other times we are denouncing it. Characters, much like human beings, come in all variations. And it's possible to make something beautiful if you put the time and effort into it. It has been proven. We just have to embrace it, and it will only get better. So embrace the fruitiness of Astarion in Baldur's Gate 3, embrace the beauty of Eve in Stellar Blade, and embrace the muscle tomboys like Revi in Black Lagoon. Because the characters in games, shows, and movies have the potential to be beautiful, as long as we give a chance to the ones that design them. Now, there will always be good designs, and there will always be bad designs. But it will never be because it doesn't follow the gender norms or because one thing is too masculine or too feminine. The only thing that makes a design bad is a lack of inspiration.